What is up, everybody? Astrobate in the house. Lasker thought that his rationalism rendered him immune from the surprises of chess theory. Did he? Really? Mr. Tartakover, could you read his mind? Alright. What is up? 0 viewers, exactly. We're hosting Sladgie on Twitch Arena here. Zen Chess is registered. Heroku, Astrobate. I've got 15 minutes to go. Let's send out a reminder if we may. Another reminder, play now or your soul will be devoured. I think I find threatening messages to be the most effective. Mr. Coffee, play in this tournament or else. Play in the weekly. Ponda. Tuesday. Non-titled. No. Tuesday, tourney or else. Or else. Period, exclam, triple exclam. I like Dazim Shabazz. I didn't realize he wrote a book on Emery Tate and called it Triple Exclam. The Life and Gains of Emery Tate. Alright. Good title. Alright, what do we do? Play in the weekly, Ponda, blah, blah, blah. Your soul. Or else. Boom. Starting soon. Starting soon, on Twitch and lichess. Alright, whatever. Sladgie, no, twitch.tv. Why is it TV anyway? /Sladgie. That's me. Alright. We've got 6 players. Nice. Ruins joined us. Uber Driver. I was. Man, what is my arthritis? My arthritis is acting up. Uber Driver, how about yours? Alright. Modern chess is too much concern. Yeah, we saw this before. Modern chess. I don't think I really care for that quote. I don't think so. I think pawn structure is extremely important. It's a matter of style. Thank God Nigel Short's not playing in the World Senior, huh? Thank God for small things. You think with John Nunn and Mickey Adams in there, you know, he's just too arrogant. You know, he's too arrogant to play in an open tournament like that. I guess he played in Gibraltar, but I have like water in my ear. What's up with that? Okay, anyway. Welcome back to our Twitch stream. Tournament starting shortly. Can we get a link to the tournament? Somebody put the link in there, please. Mr. Coffee, could you be so kind? Could you be so kind? Thanks, Zen Cheese. There it is. Thank you, guys. Alright, we've got 7 players now. I didn't have a shower today. How do I have water in my ear? What's up with that? Do you hate that when you like go swimming and you get a little bit of water in your ear? It's so annoying. But I haven't gone swimming. Alright. I don't agree with Nigel Short's quote. I'm sorry to have a Nigel Short quote, by the way. I should have restarted the tournament when I saw that quote. I've done it in the past on occasion. I just hated the person who was quoted. I don't like Nigel Short, but I don't hate him, per se, as much as some people. Alright, let's go. Try to cover it up or something. Let's get more players so it just, it scrolls down and we can forget about. Future Master KO, Raftimov. Yeah, nice to see Uber Driver back. You've been kind of slacking lately, Uber Driver. I mean, I realized I didn't stream last week, but even before that, have you been busy with your Uber driving? Keeping you too busy? Zen Chess, 67 months subscriber. That's a long time. Alright. So, tournament starting in 7 minutes. Would you like to join? Donate. Learn and donate. Donate to learn. Learn to donate. We're up to $913.39. Let's get us over 50. Let's get us over 1,000 at least today. Saeed's Danger Chess. So new names there. Not new. Bill Skinner. I have 8 players this far. It's an arena. You can join and leave when you want. Al Disto is here. He normally favors the faster time controls. We haven't seen Schieberspieler in a while. So guys, I'm coming back. I did stream Sunday, but for those of you who didn't see me on Sunday, I sold 6 rating points for money. In exchange for playing 9 games, I lost 6 rating points. We'll get them back in the World Senior. No worries, with some interest. I hope to gain, 10, 15 points in the World Senior at least. So if I win the tournament, strong World Senior this year, much stronger than last year, my group. They increased the prize fund slightly, but still I'm surprised. I don't know. I didn't think there'd be that many good players. Don't talk about. Can we ban Dlugi from the chat? What's this I heard about Hans Niemann being welcomed back onto chess.com? Is that just a rumor? What are they gonna do? What did they do? They made a settlement with him? Do I know Bill Birch? I don't know Bill Broich, but I know Bill Birch. I knew a Bill Birch. There was a guy, Bill Birch. He was like 1900. He went to. I don't know what his deal was. I think he had something to do with Brandeis. When I was in Boston, he used to occasionally play at the Boylston Chess Club. In fact, I think, now that you mention it, when I played with Roman in the U.S. amateur team, I think we got Bill Birch to play 4th board on our team. Because I still don't understand that. It was like, yeah, it must have been like Roman, me, John Fanning, and Bill Birch or something. The team had no chance. I don't know Bill Broich though. If that's the name you're talking about, if you spelled that correctly, I do not know the person. But I thought Birch was a guy, but I'm not sure how his name was spelled. Mr. Coffee, Hans dropped the suit. Chess.com let him back to play, and Magnus promises to play Hans in a civil manner. Yeah, that's funny, Mr. Coffee. The way you phrase that is Hans dropped the suit, but then it was reported the impression that previous reports were that it was rejected rather than dropped. So that wasn't the first impression that everyone had. Like his suit was rejected. It's different from he dropped the suit. You know what I mean? So that sounds like a settlement to me. That's not good. That's very bad. That's very bad. Yeah, if it's dropped, that's very bad. So you're gonna just be like, oh, our computer detection was incorrect. Well, Hans is a great guy. Jeez. That's pathetic, man. Another reason never ever to play on cheese.com. They have no cojones and they have no morals. All right. So they just, if you have enough money, you can cheat all you want and it's totally okay. Is that the takeaway? Yeah. That's really sad, man. So all the other people who cheat get penalized, but not Hans. Alright, Aspie, I'm gonna have to time you out, bro. If you say that ever again. Don't be like Repunj Bansal with the weird comments on Acerbi. I don't want to have to time you out. You're my buddy. Don't say things like Hans is the next world champion. That's just ridiculous, dude. I mean, I just say it like other people say it. Hans. Franz and Hans. We can all like say everything sounding like a German if you want to, King Marcher. We're here to bump you up. Hans and Franz. No, I don't accept you. Ooh. What do you mean accept you? Oh no, you were kicked out of the team? Oh my god. You better not start. Mr. Sloan. You better not start with the weird comments. Can I use the back button, please? Okay. 15 seconds. And the water in my ear is driving me nuts, man. I didn't take a shower since yesterday. How do I have water in my ear? It's so bizarre. Maybe I was outside when it was raining and water went in my ear? That's crazy. I literally went outside. Hans. People always give me a hard time for... I get a hard time for pronouncing Alekhine. But I mean, you know, pronouncing, that's different. Okay, it's a German name. Hansel and Gretel. Alekhine batteries. Dude, that's like they have like Panasonic. Like you can have companies that they have names that sound... Oh, Alistair's playing his dubious gambit that I played before. Alekhine batteries. That's very deceptive, Mr. Coffee. You guys see this board? The Jababa Gambit is always fun. We got one gift sub this week from Bangtown, California, and looking for more. World Senior donations, guys. Help me defeat Hans's trainer, Mr. Sloan. Who's Mr. Sloan? Steiner Botand? Is that you? Mr. Sloan is a Hungarian. No relation to Hermann Steiner. What was the plan again? Here we go. Let's try to keep the irrelevant comments to a minimum. Alright, knight f3, b5 was our main thing. e3, natural, slightly passive reaction. If I play bishop b7, it should be fine. Bad news, I'm going to have to drop out of the Newsweek tournament. Are you freaking kidding me? Take your cat to the doctor in New Jersey. They have better air over there. God damn it, Mr. Coffee. Mr. Coffee will do anything to get out of a chess tournament. He even like poisoned his cat. Maybe he's having allergies or something. Actually, my son started having breathing problems today. We thought it was from soy sauce. Could be soy allergy. Check your cat for soy allergies, Mr. Huffy. What am I doing? Alright, that's it. What should I do here? No mentioning my world rank, okay? If you mention my world rank or anything like that, you're timed out. You can't replace New Jersey Open with a quad. I don't want to know, like, you know, my world ranking is. Thank you very much. Don't mention that again. You're distracting me, and it's like, Bob, man. You like distract me from playing. Stop distracting me. Basically, I'm playing a form of the St. George. It's like the St. George delayed. It's cool. Delayed St. George. The St. George deferred. I liken it to being an e6. No, what is it? Queen d8 Scandinavian without the queen d5. Basically, save a tempo over queen d5, queen d8. Just don't waste time with that whole moving the queen out to d5 thing. But, alright, bishop g5 is not the most dangerous move, fortunately. I think e5 is probably like critical. He played bishop g5, not as scary. I mean, it's not a terrible move, but I have options. e5 and knight h5, for example. Knight h5 looks kind of lame, so we're going to go with e5. It's a Roy Lopez. I mean, I would have played e5 earlier if I could have, but I couldn't. Maybe I can take him to the ER, but that's like 400. Jesus, dude. The ER? When did this start? You check him for fur balls? Bring him over here. We have much more affordable, like, pet care in Budapest. It's still expensive, but not as bad as the States, where it's like a racket. Actually, I live near the animal hospital, so we take our guinea pigs there. Mr. Coffee, any clue what it is? Is this like a older animal with serious health issues, or something unexpected? We need Dr. Tripchance to come back. Why exchange on e5? Why ask why? Why not? A couple weeks ago. Alright, anyway. What did blah blah blah. Sorry. Yeah, he's older. Well, breathing issues could be a sign of a lot of things, I guess. Maybe the heat, heart issues, hairballs. I don't know, man. I don't know how to even, like, he's been sleepy. Sneezy, oh. But he's always been a bit sneezy. Maybe he has allergies. Cat allergies. Maybe he's allergic to himself. Maybe he's allergic to other cats. Did you ever think of that? What about my queen? C6 is nice and passive. C5 threatens to win a piece. Castles is principled. No, I'm sorry, man. Mr. Mr. Move 11 is playing in the New Jersey Open. That sucks, dude. I mean, a 6-round tournament is not that easy to come by. And it's not like as expensive as some of the bigger ones, so it would be a good event for you. Well, he's played very straightforward chess here, but I don't like the exchange on e5 particularly. Unless he has a good follow-up, he shouldn't do that. Nevertheless, black still needs a plan. Basically, I'm playing the old Indian. This bishop is only temporarily blocked, I hope. Well, today is Tuesday, right? The tournament starts Saturday. Well, anyway, the cat is more important than a chess tournament. But, shame you don't have like a veterinarian friend or something you could like hand them off to. Alright. The cat ER. I'm a little bit out of it in these first games whenever I play. That's a bad move, bro. Where is it? Knight h5. Knight h5. Knight e5. Knight f4. Queen somewhere? We'll try it. Only live once. I hope not, but that's what they told me. I feel like I'm playing the London system. These are great bishops. The enhanced octopus on d3 and like the cave dweller on b7. Wow, that is a sick move, my man. This is such a sick move. That is insane to play that. That's crazy. Bishop takes bishop. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. G3 is a really just how, what can I say? I mean, it's just an insane move. Okay. These bishops are like pawn magnets, dude. Look at them. I was playing Hearthstone, and they're like these magnetic cards. I mean, like, what are they called? Mechs that are magnetic. Bishops that are magnetically attracted to pawns. They, and mine is pretty magnetic as well, honestly. In poker, they call aces, or they call the kings ace magnets. These are pawn magnets. Amazing. My other one is looking pretty good. I mean, thanks to the exchange on e5. It's funny, like, e7 bishop has good scope here. I'm surprised, like, Nigel Short doesn't have a quote for that. Like, you saw our tournament quote? Modern chess is too concerned with things like bad bishops. Checkmate ends the game. Okay, dude, that's a pretty much retarded quote. To be perfectly honest. I love a queen on c7 in the morning. I'm constantly making fun of people doing this in the King's Indian. But it's okay in the old Indian. Look at his pieces. Less coordinated than mine. You gotta give White credit for like keeping his center, well protected. Mr. Stone. It's funny, Mr. Sloaney. Mr. Stone. It looks like, whatever happened to that guy? There was a Canadian player, Ray Stone. Forget checkmate, pawn structure, and bad bishops. I mean, if Nigel Short saw the strategic disasters that are some of my opponents, he would maybe change his tune. I feel like tactics are easy. Tactics are easy, but strategy, is not easy to learn, and it takes time and instruction and thought. The last thing people, like top players, need to do is like discourage people to think about strategic concepts like pawn structure. I think already it's like, I don't know when that quote was from. It's probably ancient, but still. Nigel Short didn't make that quote in the era of internet chess, that's for sure. The bishop on h4 is getting weirder and weirder. White's play is getting weirder and weirder. This whole game is getting weirder and weirder. I would consider trading my bishop on f6 because it's kind of running out of gas. Now look at that. Now that's a cool idea. Bishop back to f1. Yeah, what have I done? What have I done? I put myself in an awkward position now where I'm regretting playing that last move. Alright. I gotta go back. This is embarrassing. That is an embarrassing move to have to play, honestly. White is not a player who concerns himself a lot with pawn structure. Ironically enough. I mean, he's got a good pawn structure, but no pawn play per se. But what can you do with a symmetrical pawn structure? This is why I hate symmetrical pawn structures. I feel like this is such a classic misconception. The whole D file thing. He's got control of the D file, but there's nothing he can do because he doesn't have any entry points except for D7. That sacrifices the exchange. Or stick your bishop on D7. What are you going to do? He has a good handle on playing with his pieces, but I think the single biggest mistake in this game was White playing pawn takes pawn on E5. Now, ironically, my dark square bishop started to be a little sketch. When will I blunder? Where's your dark square bishop? Have you seen it lately? No? I like that knight on B1 though. Good knights defend bad pawns. Whatever happened to Sam Sloan? I don't know, man. I didn't know him, fortunately. Just his reputation preceded him. Okay, what is this about exactly? Really didn't want to do a mass exchange of pieces here. Oh, here we go. Repunji, if you keep trolling me, I'm gonna ban you from the stream. I'm serious. You just want to see yourself chat in the chat, but you never chat anything worthy of substance. Contribute some substance to the chat once in a while, maybe, or something new and totally different. Some substantive things, things that have something to do with something. Did I lose my queen yet? Alright. Mr. Garvey, can you time him out for longer? I don't know why he wants to get banned so much. He's just like an annoying troll now. Relatively tempted to sack material here. Man, I don't know. Damn, dude. I like how he has 17 rapid games. That's a lot, dude. It's a lot of rapid games you got there. Oh, it's sudden death. Oh, of course. I understand now. I didn't realize it was sudden death. I did this last week, too. Oh, God, I'm so stupid. Yeah, I know what. I'm taking my time. I'm thinking I have an increment. Yeah. That's why he was playing so fast. I do this almost every week now. He has a rating, he's 2240. He's obviously a really good bullet player. But I just spaced. I didn't know. You know, nobody warned me. Thank you guys for warning me, by the way, that I was going down the pipe dream of thinking I had an increment. You'd think I would have realized a little sooner. I realized with 10 seconds left that it was sudden death. No wonder he was playing so fast. What is happening here? I literally didn't realize it was sudden death. Even though I'm like, wow, he's playing really fast. I'm still assuming I was getting increments, and then what do you mean, does he have a rating? You can't see his rating? You can see everybody's ratings, right? You can't see it on the screen. Man, I did this last week or 2 weeks ago. Did somebody try to warn me at least? Did anybody try to warn me? Did one of yous at least try to warn me that you're going to lose on time? You're an idiot? You forgot? Yeah, alright, so I look at a board. Yeah, I mean, I've been through this before, Gypsy. I have to move the board over a little bit. Alright. It's really not that important, but I was having trouble with this before. See, it just doesn't quite fit, and then I have to resize everything. It's really annoying, you know? It's really annoying, and I've already had this discussion. It's not my fault, man. Why does lichess have the ratings like 8 miles over to the right? Well, there's just blank empty space there. I'm not going to do it. I'm just, you're going to have to like figure out the ratings for yourselves. I'm not going to take responsibility for lichess being poorly designed. Like, seriously, I mean, this is just like the dumbest shit ever. There's like a massive empty blank space next to the clocks where the ratings would logically be. You know, that's not on me. That's just like poorly designed, you know, setup there. If you can't see the rating, look it up for yourselves. There's absolutely no reason why those ratings should be so far over. Like, there's just all this empty space. Saeed's TZ, then 3 miles of blank space, and then the rating over there. Aldisto, you know, 6 miles of blank space, and then a rating. You know, it's so far away, like, it's almost like not even clear what it is, you know, like, what is that number? Is that like his ranking, his world ranking, or... yeah, no, I've been through this before. It's just too far apart. I can't fix it. I'd have to like rearrange my whole screen. It's easy to see the ratings in the tournament table. And I think ratings are overrated anyway. Anonymous player. Sia Mineki. Anonymous player. But you are not Hungarian, right? Are you? I always assumed anonymous player was Romanian. But who cares? We're all from Earth. Alright, anyway. Too much nationalism anyway. It was reported in the news that Putin was planning on retaking Hungary. There's some big map that these like far-right Russians, or the conservative Russians, they want to retake Alaska and Hungary. That's part of their global plan. The Russians are going to retake Poland, Hungary, and Alaska back, and like I think all of Germany, the whole thing. You know, it's very interesting. Yeah, I want to see him take Alaska. All right. Come over in little boats. They can have Sarah Palin. I hope that Sarah Palin is like goes down. Hope she goes down fighting at least. All right. That's our political joking for today. I don't know. I played e4. I'm a little bit not attuned to the fast pace, but it's okay as long as I know that I'm playing sudden death. It's not so bad. You're supposed to take with the pawn, but people play this, I know. Thou art the chicken. I think one of the best variations of the French, honestly. The what is it, Burn variation. You should be ashamed of yourself for taking with the bishop on f6. Hero coup. But the next move was really strange. Okay, so now he's offering up this structural possibility. I'm gonna do it. What I don't want to see is like a sharp position where we're castling, black's castling. You will not castle. You could castle queenside. Okay, see this? I don't mind. You know, it's okay. Open mind. Keep an open mind, will you? If I play like a3, you can play queen d6. So I'm probably best exchanging here. Now, the time control is 10-0, not 2-0. Haruku. I just want to remind you, there is a difference between 3-0 and 10-0. I know that's difficult for some people to understand. It's very complicated. But are we playing classical today? Hardly classical. That's a horrible move, dude. He played c6. Possibly the worst move on the board. I mean, next to like just giving away your pieces. Speaking of magnetic bishops, I didn't like the way that Botan played the first game, but you know, if I had realized that it was sudden death, I might have not been as critical. This is a terrible, terrible position for black. And now he's like been forced, yeah. Well, now he's chosen to sacrifice a pawn for no compensation. And now he has 9 minutes left to my 7. This position is shot for black completely. He's totally shot. Ooh. Ow, you got me. Somebody's been playing too much bullet chess. How many pawns can I lose here? He's got king e8. Triple exclam. Gonna lose them all. e7. Does black have a mate? So that was well played for a 1-minute game, I would say. Yeah. That was a good 1-minute game you played there. But this is a 10-0 tournament, not 1-0. So thanks for the win, though. Future Master K already has 3 games in. What happened to Mr. Sloan? Mr. Sloan left after 1 game? Or he just didn't get another pairing? That's the problem with getting paired with me. You're going to have a long game. Unless I realize it's sudden death and I berserk or something. Yeah, that was that was a bad game. What do you do when you get in a chess slump? Well, I think there's a couple different things. There's completely opposite recommendations. Some people will be like, just play through it. You get the same stuff with like sports. Some coaches will tell you just to play through it, and then other coaches are like, just take some time off. A lot of it can be psychological. I have bipolar self-confidence, where either I'm overconfident or not confident enough. That's been affecting me. I realized I have this in all games, not only chess but also in poker. You were 1950. Yeah, I wouldn't put too much emphasis on online ratings, honestly. Blitz chess is, if that's all you got to measure yourself by, then I guess you have to, but... Maybe take some time off from playing and study instead. Okay, Mr. Sloan did not leave. He won a second game. Your own is here. Raftomov, we've got a total of 15 players. I should have berserked, but it's taking me a while to realize where I am and what I'm doing here. First, I didn't realize it was sudden death. Then I forgot I could berserk. Although probably not a good idea to berserk against a fast player if you're not into berserking every game. I played against Hiroku, who plays super fast. Probably against those players, I shouldn't berserk. Those who really focus on the speed. You've been studying a lot of opening theory. Berserking isn't possible? What? What do you mean isn't possible? Of course it's possible. I didn't set it. I didn't disable it. I have it right in front of me. What are you talking about? Future Master KO. It's right there, right in front of me. Look, it's not possible. I just did it. Now you made me do it. What did you do? You made me do it. We're going to throw a curveball here. A slow ball at Mule Skinner. Speaking of sports, I always use baseball analogies when talking about things like sports psychology. But this didn't seem to faze Mule Skinner too much. He's just going with the flow. He doesn't typically play this kind of setup. Okay, I'm fine now. He didn't play e5. I got him to not play the Grand Prix attack, which is, I guess, an accomplishment. Oh, T Streets. Rigged. It's rigged. Yeah, only I'm allowed to berserk. Mule Skinner's actually pretty fast when he wants to be, but doesn't normally, like, go crazy with fastness. Course. Oh. Yeah, I don't like chess.com or anything that has to do with them or Magnus, so I don't do the chess uncle or whatever it's called. Chess uncle. But I'm a big believer in like brick and mortar books. You can pack way more information into a book than a chessable course. And I like to have the book in my hands, you know? Of course someone plays the main line. I know, like, what are you, like, expecting to play Grandmasters? Most people play the London system and the Bodler attack when they play e4. If you're playing, like, online chess, forget about it. Especially, they should have, like, a special chessable courses for just online chess or over-the-board chess, because they're totally different things, you know? If you look at statistics, take this one. This is my favorite statistic, but like if you look at the opening explorer on lichess, and if you look at the masters database, the distribution between e4 and d4 is almost equal. But in online chess, it's like 2-to-1 ratio of e4 versus d4. Like you might as well just like not even bother worrying about preparing against d4 if you're gonna play online against people under 2200. If I play over the board, like, every Grandmaster I play plays d4 against me. Man, I'm going to forget I'm berserking again. Even Mule Skinner plays too fast. I think that's another thing, though, that I'm playing a little slow. It's 10-0. I got to get used to it. I'm used to, like, increment, but maybe he's not playing too fast. 10-0 was a difficult time control to get a handle on, I think. Mr. Sloan is a Hungarian kid who's probably quite strong in blitz, bullet especially. I got the impression that his bullet skills are good. Objectively, you know, his rating could be, I'm not sure, it could be anything. Could be anything between like 1600 and 2200, but obviously he's like a quick bullet player. It's really hard to guess people's like over the board ratings. But I saw 2300 in bullet. If your rating is 2300 in bullet, your over the board strength could be like virtually anything. anything from 1600 to 2400. You could be, literally anything from 1200 to 2200 for that matter. I thought I recognized his name though. So maybe he's, decently rated. Alright. You're terrible at slow chess. This is not slow chess. I have really big news for you. This only seems like slow chess if you're like, it's like when you play baseball and you go up to bat. You've never played baseball, but I'll just give you an example. European people understanding baseball isn't necessary, but you take this bat, right, and it's very heavy, and when you swing it, it feels very heavy. But if you go up to bat with like a couple of weights on the bat, and you practice with that first, and you're swinging the bat that's like twice as heavy as normal, when you go up to bat later, then it feels a lot lighter. You're like tricking your brain into thinking like the bat is feeling a lot lighter than it did before. Well, it's the same thing with like playing fast chess. 10-minute chess isn't really slow chess. Just the fact that you're playing like 1 minute and 2-minute chess all the time makes you think that you're playing like slow chess. It's just objectively like 10-0 is actually quite fast. Objectively. I mean, it's ridiculous to call this like classical chess or something. I absolutely refuse to even play. They want to do like 90 minutes with no second time control tournaments. I'm not going to touch it, man. I'm not going anywhere. I mean, I don't mind playing, but not for FIDE rating, not for FIDE classical rating. USCF is one thing. I always used to play like game 30. But the FIDE ratings, the international rating, was always more important. I don't mind playing 30 minutes games for USCF, but I always kept my FIDE rating serious. I'm not going to play 90 minutes with no second time control. That's ridiculous, man. They're hosting these here in Budapest. Hala Miklos is hosting these like 5-day tournaments. There's no way I'm going to play a 5-day tournament with 2 rounds a day, 4 days, and no second time control. You might as well just like not play end games at all. Have the game adjudicated or something. Forget about even playing end games. Mr. Muleskinner, what do you got for me? What do you got for me? You're a few moves away from checkmating me here. Did I do the wrong thing? Yeah, see, it's got him like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's the mate? You're sacking a whole rook? Okay, I am not believing that. I am not believing that. F6. I love F6. Damn, dude. Oh, I thought he had it's funny. I thought his rook wasn't protected. I'm still not awake yet. Mentally awake anyway. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Future Master KO, what I would recommend if you're serious about chess and you want to be really good at chess, you have to master slow chess as well. What you've got to learn to do is to compartmentalize. They say that men are better than women at compartmentalizing. I don't know if that's true or not, or if it's even relevant, but just thought it was a funny coincidence. I saw some comedian talking about it somewhere, but you've got to compartmentalize these things as totally different things. Is Ujwal Basin, who I think it is? Anonymous got all these questions, like, who's Mr. Sloan? Who's Ujwal Basin? He's related to someone else named Basin, I guess. What? I don't know any other Basins. Basin. Muleskinner is totally out of his mind. Unbelievable. You're kind of psycho, man. I would say you're almost like a psychopath. Chess psychopath. I don't feel Bill Skinner playing like his normal self. In a way. It's almost like a different... He's playing a different style. Well, maybe that's his way of compartmentalizing. He really played like totally psycho. Kind of psycho in this game. Sacrificing everything. Alright, I've got another request to join the team. Oh, 2. Reshill and Outlier crushed me in the simul. Oh my god. Outlier. Crushed me in the simul. Good game, though. Outlier, are you the player from Brazil that used to play in my simuls? Sorry, I have like memory loss. I can't remember everything. There's just like not enough storage space left. You know, I need a new like hard drive. I need more memory space. No. It's another player from India. Totally different. Believe it or not, there's more than one chess player from India. I know, it's hard to believe, right? There's only like 10 billion people. Alright. Yeah, how many minutes do we time Repunj out now? Half an hour? Is this half an hour out yet? My cloud storage. Brain storage. Did you guys see the article about some woman, a 64-year-old woman in Australia? They removed an entire living worm from her brain with a surgery. She had like memory loss and headaches. Some kind of weird worm that's like common to pythons or something. It's the first ever instance of someone having a live worm surgically removed from their brain. That could be, and surviving it obviously. That could be my problem. Oh no, I get Repunj Bansal. Maybe he has more than one identity. Ugh. Never eat during the stream, man. You don't like worms? It was funny, the brain surgeon said in an interview that he this guy does brain surgery. He's like, oh, I find worms disgusting, and it was kind of funny. Brain surgery is totally not disgusting, but worms are disgusting. Okay, dude. Whatever you say. I don't mind eating a big sub after brain surgery, but worms just, I don't know, man. They just do it for me. I'm just trying to think of why I have this memory loss problem. I'm just kidding. I mean, I play a million people. I think Outlier was a player from Brazil. He had played with several different accounts. This B6 thing is getting popular. The Belgian guy at my tournament last week played it on move 2 against me. It was like knight f3, d5, g3, b6, and that's a thing, and it's been played by a lot of good players. What will they think of next? Can you imagine there's no way to even remotely refute knight f3, d5, g3, b6? Because d5 and b6 make so much sense together. You want to again, you want to have your bishop. You want to try to make sure your bishop is blocked by the pawn on d5. This is a transposition to A, Queen's Indian, Karpov Spassky used to play. Now he's taking. Now that's changing the style of the game. By taking, we no longer cling to a strong point on d5. Instead, we focus on not having a bad bishop. So I think both ways of playing are reasonable. It's not like there's a right and wrong per se. I have knight e5 here, interestingly. The opponent was talking to me about ideas revolving around that, in a slightly different position, like knight e5, bishop g2, knight e5, queen c8. I don't think I should do knight e5, you know. I think that knight e5 is probably a mistake. Now I'm not pinning anything anymore. Everything is a Grunfeld. And where's Camel Culture, by the way? He used to play on my stream. And sometimes I see his sister streaming late at night. Maybe Camel Culture is like getting an education or something. Alright. That would be good. What am I doing here? Queen c8. I don't know, repunch. Queen c8. It seems good in some ways and bad in others. Logical but awkward at the same time. Like that Indian guy who's running for president in the United States, Ramaswamy. He says a lot, but he's not really making a lot of sense. They said he was like a champion in the debate team, but he just confuses people with a lot of bullshit. Like he just like talks a good game, but he really has absolutely no clue what the hell he's talking about. It doesn't matter if you know what you're talking about, as long as people think you know what you're talking about. That's the entire point, right? He makes stupid people think he knows what he's talking about. I mean, you got to admit that, like, Elon Musk is a little bit like that too, although obviously Elon Musk is much more intelligent. And another thing is, like, because you went to Harvard and Yale doesn't make you intelligent. That's another misconception. Obviously, you know, Ron DeSantis proves that theory. Go to Yale on a baseball scholarship or something? Okay. Anyway, man, it's really entertaining watching American politics from over here. I just hope that, you know, we don't become part of Russia. Ibrahim Kaptan says, alright. Please accept my request. The problem is, Mr. Coffee, can you get that request? That guy's insane. He's not insane. I mean, he knows what he's doing. He's just like trying to be like, he's trying to like make money by conning people. It's just crazy. Running for president is now a money-making enterprise. Knight to d5. Well, that doesn't develop any pieces, bro. What if I just go back? I'm not gonna let you take my bishop with your knight on d5. That guy is embarrassing, though. What's up? Don't cry wolf. Sladgie got him. Yeah, intelligence, they called him Chat GPT. That's funny, man. I totally missed bishop a6 was even possible. Well, that's good. Well, that's a relief, right? How do you spell relief? I mean, honestly, like, yeah, I mean, half the battle is just like acting like you know what you're talking about, right? Well, okay. I guess that works in a lot of things, but not everywhere. And just like interrupting people a lot and being really arrogant. Does that really cut it at Ivy League debate level? Because if it does, then I would be concerned that the whole concept of the Ivy League education is a little overrated. And I went to Boston University, and I hung out with a lot of smart people, but we basically didn't really look up to the Harvard people too much. The people who went to MIT were much smarter than the people who went to Harvard. Honestly. Yeah, I mean, if the guy had a serious level of academic achievement, you'd be going to MIT, not Harvard. Alright, what are we doing here? No, the people from MIT were nerds, but we would hang out with them. They are way cooler than the people from Harvard. It was funny. We used to go to their parties and like steal their girls. The ones from MIT. But they were nice and they were okay, you know. It was and all the people I met from MIT were nice. But Harvard were like just arrogant sort of snobs who were just like elitists because their parents were rich and stuff. For the most part. I mean, obviously there's some exceptions and probably more, you know. But it doesn't really matter that much. Who needs an education anyway? It's just a paper that says like you have a degree in something. What happened, Repunj Bansal? What's the material like? How's your material? We are living in a material world, and Repunj is a material girl. Alright. You got a discovery for me? You gonna discover? Discover. The discover card. You love this, don't you? Where are you going to discover your bishop? Bishop f8, bishop d8, bishop d6? They're all so scary. I don't know where to start. Bishop c5 would be a little scary, but we're not going to let that happen. Speaking of which, what should I do now? Absolutely nothing to worry about here. But it's not easy to like trade queens per se or something like that. I was thinking about the white squares. Thinking of a number between 1 and 54. You went to EIT. FIT. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. FIT. MIT versus FIT. California Institute of Technology is really good. By an uncle who went there. Actually, not an uncle. Felt like an uncle, but he was actually my cousin. Went to Caltech. He was old enough to be my uncle, but he was actually my cousin. Alright. Caltech, University of Chicago, MIT, like way better than the classical Ivy League schools, probably. Alright. Florida Tech, FIT. Hey, what about the F6 square? You don't have a problem with that, right? That pin, there's no problem there with this diagonal. Did we get Ibrahim in the team? Isaac Kashdan. It was nice knowing you. And that's a nice rating you have there, Repunj Bansal. It was a great year. Wow, he's only down the exchange. Unbelievable. This is like a theoretical draw, man. You're totally drawing this. Oops. It's such a waste of time, bro. Alright. Next. And I was berserking against him. No, he berserked against me. I'll just change. Yeah. Raftomov in first place. Saeed's. What happened to Mr. Sloan? Mr. Sloan lost. He ran into... Wow, Yeroon with the upset. Yeroon with the upset. Saeed's. Uh-oh. Saeed's is undefeated. But Raftomov is 3.5. I don't know why I'm talking about, like, universities stuff. Not like I'm an expert. All I know is, like, I hung out for people from MIT and they were alright. And I like stealing their girls. They were hopeless nerds. You could just, like, go to their parties, drink their beer, and steal their women. And there was nothing they could do about it. It was embarrassing. We were shameless. Alright. We were like college Vikings. That was our favorite, to go to MIT parties. Raftomov. What am I doing? Oh no, the English. English drives me crazy, man. We're talking about volume here, lots of people. And doing it on a regular basis. Having parties with large amounts of people. I mean... Love. What has love got to do with it? Alright, the London system. What is this love thing? Raftomov has gotten on the London bandwagon. Damn. Mr. Coffee's getting into the hang of it. We're just like banning Repunch for fun now. Alright. Did we get his request? Reload. So Raftomov decides to let me take on f4. Okay, but what about the dark squares? What about the dark squares? This is just, I can't get comfortable, man. I'm like leaning over sideways. My arm is like killing me from leaning on the side of the chair. Wow. He just doesn't care. Alright. Don't care. You don't care. You don't care. I'm just doing it again. Alright. It's time to develop. Envelop. The enveloper. King Charles Cav. Don't play for a while. I need a yoga ball. Oh my god. Don't do that. Alright. How's the dark square? Dark square situation. He played c3. He gave up his d4 and played the c3. Yoga ball surrogate pawns. These are bishop surrogates. You know, at least he has some positional sense. A lot of people who, I mean, the thing about Raftomov is that he's not like a standard London robot because he plays the English. And playing the English is much more sophisticated, I think. Than the London. Don't care. Uh-oh. Guys, speaking of not caring, is anybody going to send any gift subs this stream or even make any minor donations? Do we get a donation yet to the World Senior? You don't want to see me become World Senior Champion? Defeat Max Sladgie in a bloody battle to the death? There's like a couple of Russian players. But I was thinking about it, you know. As much as I'm against the Russian invasion of Ukraine, if these guys, you know, there's like an old Grandmaster, your Balashov registered to play in the World Senior from Russia, some women players. If these people are willing to go to Europe and play chess with Europeans, despite what's going on, you know, I'm going to pretty much assume that they, you know, they don't support what's going on. I'm not going to, like, refuse to play. I thought about, you know, refusing to play against, but there's not many Russian players. Oh, did you guys hear the news? Sergeyov is, the Russian Grandmaster, Sergeyov is leaving the Russian Chess Federation to play in Hungary. He's changing his federation to Hungary. I would think that's great, but I mean, there's going to be a lot of Hungarian grandmasters who are kind of pissed. I mean, this guy literally has no connection to Hungary whatsoever. And the Hungarian Chess Federation has, like, approved his application to become, like, representative of Hungary. Imagine you're, like, a Hungarian grandmaster and you're in, like, the Olympic team. And you're like, oh, I just lost my Olympiad spot to some Russian grandmaster who's never been to Hungary, but he's going to be on our team now. I mean, it's not like a club, you know, it's not a club or something, man. I mean, it's a nation. I think, like, you should have to be, like, a resident for a time before you could be allowed to represent a country. I mean, I'm sorry, but not to be overly, like, nationalistic, but there should be some kind of requirement, you know. I mean, it's a little bit weird. I would feel a little bit bad for people who are, like, 2,600 and gonna have, like, their spot on the national team taken away. I mean, basically, this guy, you know, he just, like, wants to play in Europe, and he's using it as a way to play in Europe because Russians are, like, banned from everything. But I feel a little bit weird about it, you know. For sure, there's gonna be, oh yeah. Well, for sure there's going to be a lot of conflict about it. There was the whole thing about Rockport leaving for Romania before. And that's also weird. Russian players, well, yeah, but I mean, you know, my only, like, thing is, like, it's, of course they're helpless. I suppose, like, you know, their only option is to play for a country that's, like, friendly to Russia. So, because Orban is such a lover of Vladimir Putin, Hungary is one of the few places where I guess that they would not be, like, really alienated for, like, joining or something. I don't know. Like, it's better to play for Hungary than France or something, you know? Like, they won't kill all of his relatives if he defects to play for Hungary. But if you, like, defected to, like, play for, I don't know, Great Britain, they would probably, like, poison your relatives. So what's happening here? But anyway, I was just thinking, like, my first reaction was to refuse to play any Russians at the World Senior. But I think I'm not going to, like, play any, most likely. Actually, last year I did. Last year I played, that was weird though, Krasenkova. I keep thinking that's, like, Krasenkov's wife, but I wasn't, you know, I'm just assuming. That's the Grandmaster Krasenkov's wife. I thought it was just a coincidence. You know, they just have like the same name. But then this year, her federation is now Poland. No, I'm thinking like it must be his wife because it's not a coincidence. How come her federation was suddenly changed to Poland? And Krasikov is a sort of, you know, long time dissident. I mean, he's been living in Poland since like 1990. I remember when he like, what happened? He got robbed, like taking his New York Open prize home to Warsaw or something. I think they like robbed him in the train station or something. This was when the first Poland first like was like, you know, free from Soviet influence in the early 90s. Yeah, but whatever. I'm not gonna like protest anybody. I mean, the only Russian grandmaster registered to play is Balashov, and he's born. You know, he's an ancient player, right? I mean, he's like 70. He must be in the 65 plus group. I don't understand how it's. I can't even imagine like being a Russian chess player and like traveling. You know, in the situation that's happening right now, you're like going to travel from like Russia to Sicily, playing a tournament. I mean, it seems kind of weird, but I guess it's plausible. That's a nice night you got there. I was surprised to see Balashov on the list, though. I mean, he's ancient. I haven't even seen his name like in a tournament since like the 90s. He must be up in his 70s. A lot of the other players from his generation are dead. That's like a classic 80s era Soviet grandmaster name. Not that many of them left. But there's a lot of players in the World Senior this year because they added more money to the prize fund, but I still don't get it. You know, I don't get it. Like, I really don't get like Michael Adams playing. You know, maybe they must be giving him some special appearance fee or something. I mean, the prizes just aren't very big, even with bigger prizes. To attract a player of like Adams' caliber, I don't get it. He just wants a vacation? Maybe. But my chances of winning the World Senior are so diminished because there's just like 15 strong grandmasters or something this year, at least already. It's a bit stronger than last year. And who else? I like how Dlugi's 25-20. Okay. You know, Dlugi's only 6 years older than me. I'm kind of shocked by that. That's really weird. Is that really his age, or did he like lie about his age? How is Max Dlugi only 6 years older than me? I don't even understand how that makes sense, you know? I mean, I played him... It seems like I played him in Vegas, like, in 1995, and he was, like, 35 and I was 20. Like, how is he now only 6 years older than me? I just completely do not understand how that's possible. In like, 1995, he was about 15 years older than me, and now he's only 6 years older than me. How does that happen, you know? Maybe he's like a vampire or something. He's only 6 years older than me? I don't understand. That's really weird. He must have lied about his birth year. He can give like training classes with Hans on how to cheat in internet chess. How to cheat in general. How to cheat in life. How are we doing on the tournament? This is like a really like long game. This is bad for an arena. Pillsbury's playing on it. On it? Has to be what? Are you sure you're a first language English speaker? How's your tablet doing, man? How's your TOEFL examination coming along? Playing on the ping table, on the ping pong table. Pillsbury's playing in it. I still can't get over it. I mean, I started playing chess in like 1985. Doogie's only 6 years older than me. I can't believe it. I mean, I swear when I played him in like 95, I mean, I was like 21. 22 and a half, and he seemed, you're telling me he was under 30? There's no freaking way he was under 30. That's insane. There's absolutely no way. Something funny about his birth date. I don't know about queen c7. I guess it's okay. Why did I need to move my queen at all anyway? Yeah, okay. That's the solution. Rook takes, pawn takes, queen takes, rook takes. It's a lot of knights you got there. This wasn't really the original plan. The bishop takes, pawn takes, rook takes. If you sack a rook, yeah, that's okay. That math works. You could have played rook takes. How's my math doing? I just have trouble focusing. Maybe I need beer. I decided to cut down and only drink like once a week or something. Rehabilitate my liver a little bit for the World Senior. I don't want to trade my freaking piece off, dude. What do we got? An hour and 13 minutes left. Minority attack. He just calmly defended his b2 pawn with rook e2, no problem. So what was the deal with rook takes knight, pawn takes, queen takes, rook takes, check, bishop f8? Yeah, I was fine there all the way. I just don't know what I was thinking. He can't just give up, you know, all of his heavy pieces for a rook and knight. You see, he did it anyway. Well, this is like an exchange sacrifice, I guess. That's different. But it's still lost. Repunch has already been there and done that. Been there, done that. Watch Twitch and eat granola bars. Quitting chess is kind of extreme, though. It's always a good time to quit chess. What was I thinking here? You will run out of squares. I highly recommend queen f1. He found it. He found it. That is a brilliant move. This might be a little bit too aggressive by me. Where you go? You saw that too? Now I'm going to force... Alright, anyway. The London system. That was a long and painful game. I don't think I enjoyed that game. I don't enjoy the London system in general. Uber driver, oh. Alright, so check it out. He loses his first 4 games on purpose. What's the significance of that? How does that give you an advantage somehow, Uber driver? Losing your first 4 games on purpose. How does it help you? You get easier pairings that way? It's like an intentional strategy? If you have a bad score or something? Why does Uber driver lose all of his games on purpose at first? Just resign, and then start playing? It gives you some kind of built-in advantage. That's really odd, dude. I like Saeed's position. Oh, it's Iranian versus Iranian. Oh, we haven't seen the doctor in a long time. Hey, you can ask Dr. Tripchance, Mr. Coffee, about your cat. He's a veterinary student. See what his recommendation is. He's a chess player who studies veterinary medicine. You could ask him if you should go to the chess tournament or take your cat to the vet. What he would do. Ask a chess-playing veterinarian student, what's the right thing to do. You're actually on the verge of quitting chess. Yeah, I get a lot of that. People taking time off. I don't have that luxury. I can't seem to stop myself. Move 11. Please don't tell me you're gonna withdraw from New Jersey Open because your dog is sick or something. Mr. Coffee's not gonna play because his cat is sick. So I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop. Someone has to carry on the New Jersey Open torch since I can't attend. I haven't played in the New Jersey Open since 1989. I'm not even sure if I played in 1989, but I think I probably did. Probably played in 89. 85 through 89, something like that. But Move 11, didn't you actually, didn't you lose your dog recently? Your dog passed away? I had forgotten about that. What's wrong with the cat? Is something zoonotic. It has breathing problems. Oh, okay. Yeah, never play rapid unless I can score at least 30 on 5-minute puzzle rush. Well, I mean, I play better the more I play. I need to get warmed up. I guess the question is, what's wrong with the cat? Mr. Coffee needs to know. He has a need-to-know basis. So we have a game here now where both sides seem to be playing too fast. That move is basically forced. White's lucky that was even possible. Yeah, can cats get COVID? How old is the cat? I don't even know if Mr. Coffee's even here anymore. He's not playing, is he? That's funny. This is even suspicious. Dr. Tripchance has never played Saeed's, even though they're both from Iran. And they're both around the same strength. For a while I thought they were the same player, but Actually, that would explain why they've never played each other. Probably. Mr. Coffee, can't you get like Chat GPT to diagnose your cat? If it's serious? Chat is qualified to diagnose the chat. Dude, Mr. Coffee, maybe you could get like a online veterinary, like, an online veterinary appointment or something. That probably costs a fortune. But what about like, it's not like medical, veterinary like stuff isn't as legally tricky as regular doctor stuff. Yeah, tele-veterinary care. Like seriously, couldn't you like outsource it to like a, I don't know, a more affordable country? I mean seriously, I know India is getting more expensive, but let's just say for example, India, like an Indian veterinarian to do like a tele-veterinarian, like, someone from a country where it's like the cost of living is lower would probably, of course, pets prefer touch feel, of course. It's not like, Mr. Coffee's, what do you call it? Prescription for erectile dysfunction. No, I was thinking the same thing. But I mean, really, if you can have like telehealth conferencing for people, I mean, should it really? Okay, the cat can't like tell, obviously. Hello, I'm a cat. Yeah, excuse me, Mr. Cat. Would you tell me exactly like how you feel? The cat can't exactly tell you how it feels. You can't describe the symptoms. Can you have your cat describe the symptoms? Actually, that's Gypsy. That's funny. That would be a good way to like troll. That would be like a good way to troll, like a veterinary medical hospital. Could you imagine a prank call? You like need a really deadpan kind of like delivery, but you call up like old school prank calls. You call up the veterinary hospital and you ask, to speak to a doctor about your cat. Your cat has a health problem, and then you tell them that your cat has like ED. But I mean, I would start laughing, but it would be funny if someone could stay serious. And then if the doctors would be like, oh my god, is this guy for real? He really wants like erectile dysfunction prescription for his cat? Yeah, old school prank calls. Right, exactly, yeah. Yeah, we used to do prank calls when I was a kid. I mean, that's obviously like something that goes back to like the 50s. I mean, prank calling was like an art probably as far back as telephones were commonplace. Like check out Uber Driver. He lost his first 3 games or something, and then it was like win, 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 win. How are you guys letting him get so many points? How is someone not smashing Uber Driver? It's really strange. You guys should be smashing him. I'm just sitting around like I never get a pairing, but Uber Driver has 20 games. What's the deal? How what's the trick with that? Like, how do you get like 10 games when everyone else in the tournament has 6? Is your refrigerator ringing? And I get Saeed's while he's playing like Asterbait. What happened in the Saeed's game? By the way, I didn't see what happened. He lost, right? Oh, he lost, Dr. Chipchance. He tried the back rank tactic that didn't work because of Queen f8. That was a nice move. I thought he was getting out of it too, but Queen f8 left both of his rooks hanging, so he's like lost, right? Saeed's, another weird thing is like Saeed's and Dr. Chipchance are around the same rating, and they both happen to play the same opening. Illuminati? They've never played each other till today. They play the exact same openings. I think it's suspicious. I guess he decided to start playing themselves today. That was another thing. Speaking of trolling, the old internet chess club used to have this feature where it would like announce players. When titled players play with each other, it would be like, Women Grandmaster Irina Krush is playing with Grandmaster Dreyev or something. But then somebody had the smart idea. Somebody had the smart idea to create like herself or something. So there was this like player who was like in the pool or whatever who challenged, I don't know who it was. It was some female grandmaster, maybe Irina. And there was this announcement, of course, it's like very juvenile. WGM, Irina Krush is like playing with herself. And that account got banned pretty quickly. The Me Too movement came too late. So what am I doing here? Right, I'd like to play d4 if I could. Would you mind? Would you mind? d4 is a bit over the top. It's a bit over the top, isn't it? It's a bit over the top. Over the top. d4, c takes d4, rook d1. That's too much. Too much. So what do I have here really to show for this? The weak c5 pawn that can be, speaking of Me Too movements, harassment. Pawn harassment. Queen b5. So stupid. There's no way Queen b5 is a good move. I mean, even if black has to play knight on bd7 or something, I am not going to do that. And what's funny is your refrigerator running, yeah. Ava Prawn. Move 11 is not here for the chess. He's just here for the play on words. Damn, I mean, I feel like I missed my window of opportunity there. Target that pawn. Pawn. Yeah, he's got the Dr. Chipchance repertoire too. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel it. I just don't feel it against this guy. He's a good opening. No drugs? What about Queen b5? Chess is not about fun. There's nothing fun about this. This is chess for blood. Blood sport. Chess is categorized under blood sports on the betting sites. Hey, that's a nice space advantage you got there. You're playing very well. What a surprise. How my F-Rook? He's playing like goddamn Botvinnik, man. I mean, 1900 bullet, that doesn't make a lot of sense, dude. Seriously. 2100 blitz, 42,000 games. 42,000 games. Damn, dude, 42,000 blitz games. That's a lot, Holmes. That's a lot of games. I mean, his rating should be really, really accurate. But I don't know, to me, he seems even stronger. Really steady play, too, almost. Really hard to play against him. Dr. Tripchance is worse. Black's play is so correct, you know? Just seems really super correct. Move 11, just gifting a tier 1 to the community. Alright, that's it. No talking about Bortnick's bullet rating. You're just disrespecting my entire view of chess if you glorify shit like that. You're defeating my entire purpose if you glorify people like Bortnick for their bullet ratings. How can a grandmaster, I just want to know, how can a real, legitimate grandmaster put so much effort into something as stupid as bullet chess? Why would you do that? Just wasting your time. Naroditsky's another one. Do you think like Vladimir Kramnik would sit around playing bullet chess? These guys are unbelievably stupid to do that. I mean, it's such a waste of time. Seriously. No, he doesn't actually repunch the pro. He doesn't. See, actually, that's not true at all. Alright, you're timed out again. See, you're falling into the same trap as everyone else. He needs views to feed his family. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. He actually doesn't. We don't need to talk about that kind of crap. Alright. I have no respect for people who waste their time playing bullet. Yeah, whatever, draw. The game's taking too long. I had a slightly worse position. Perfect opening by black. I hate the freaking English. Oh, I banned repunch. Oops. Sorry. I do that all the time. I accidentally ban him. I just meant to time him out for like forever. Can I time him out for like 10 days? I don't want to watch the tutorial. Unban. That's cool, I can unban him, and then I'll time him out again. That'll be even more fun. I unban him so I can time him out again. That's awesome. No, dude, you don't need views to feed your family, dude. You need to take chess seriously. And stop being an idiot and waste your time playing bullet. You think that Vladimir Kramnik has any problem feeding his family? Being one of the best chess players in the world? Without playing bullet chess? No. It's just an excuse, you know. The problem is they're just excuses. You could make more money like on OnlyFans. Do you think that Kramnik was hatched out of an egg? At 2800, dude. Kramnik was 2600 like everyone else at one time. But he didn't waste his time playing bullet. You see, that's the problem with you, Rupunj. You just don't want to get it. You don't want to get it. You just want to say shit on stream, but you never ever want to listen to anything. You know, that's what's really irritating about dealing with you and your ilk. You want to talk and throw shit out there, but you never want to listen. Attention is a thing, yeah. Oh, did I time him out? All right. I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to time you out. All right. Oops. I banned him again. I realize it's hopeless. It's just hopeless. All he does is like want attention. I'm not going to give it to him anymore. All right. The dude just like totally wants attention. I'm not going to do it. I'm done, you know. Done giving him attention. I answer all of his comments. He always wastes my time. How do I get out of here? He's constantly wasting my time. I don't have to hate Bullet, but I mean, if you're going to argue with me about, you know, the 2600s need to like play Bullet because no other way they could make a good living and support their children, dude. I mean, give me a break. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Or at least one of them. I suspect you could go for the pawn here. You should. They're just rationalizing, you know. People like Naroditsky. It's a matter of rationalizing. They're just rationalizing the fact that they're wasting their time playing Bullet by arguing that it's like useful somehow. When the truth is it's like a drug addiction. It's just, they've been doing it since they were 8 years old and they can't stop, you know. That's the honest truth about it. And then we'll try to like pretend there's some value in it. Like there may be some theoretical value in it, but it's so much less than something more constructive. Then it's not even an argument. It's not even close. If you spent the hours that Naroditsky spent like playing Bullet, seriously studying the game of chess, he would probably be like 100 rating points higher than he is, you know. And the same thing, you know, with me doing other stuff that I've done, like playing poker. If I really studied the game instead of playing poker, I would probably be a decent grandmaster. You know, you got so much time, but don't waste it, you know. I mean, if you want to do it, then do it, but don't tell me that like 2600s need to play bullet chess to make a living. It's just absurd, and you're just rationalizing like a bad habit. The only person I've seen posting blogs on lichess that has any value so far is the Yunta Ikeda, the guy from Australia. He made a blog a while back about Bullet, you know, and he pretty much admits that he plays Bullet, but he also knows that it's like, he knows that it's a waste of time. I mean, he has the right idea. People don't want to admit it. I mean, think about Naroditsky. He's been playing chess since he was like 3 or something. He grew up with the internet chess. I didn't. You know, he grew up playing bullet chess since he was like 5 years old. And you just don't want to let go of it, you know. You were like, he was like baptized with bullet chess and watching Hikaru play bullet chess and stuff like that. I'm just using him as an example because he's one of the leading bullet players. But I think like Magnus is better. Magnus doesn't, he's not as committed to the bullet chess as a thing. You know, he does it, but He's not like addicted to it. Acerbate stole a pawn. He's up a pawn. He's getting better at this. Acerbate, I have to say, man, you're getting better. Dude, I don't understand. Is Naroditsky considered a legit world-class classical player? Honestly, yeah, I guess. World-class? I mean, what does that mean anymore? I don't know, but if you're over 2,600, I guess you are. But it seems to me like there's a lot of people who have these really high ratings, you know, Jeffrey Zhang, Sevian, Naroditsky, but they never play like outside of the United States. They're sort of in this like weird... They're like in a pseudo international world where they literally never leave like their little vacuum. I mean, at least Shankland actually plays in international tournaments. They're almost like not international grandmasters. They never leave the United States to play in any tournaments. How can like Jeff Jiang be like 2,700? I don't understand how that's possible. I mean, the guy almost never plays. And it's just incredible, you know? You got like Shankland who's playing like 50 tournaments a year. I can get that, you know? But as much as I don't really like Shankland's personality, I respect his work ethic, you know? Acerbate has really tuned it up. Getting better at this B3. I gotta give you credit, man. You stole that pawn from me. I was sleeping. Yeah, I mean, I would think that Naroditsky would be considered to be a great player. You know, he got nuked on the New York Times. He had a great opportunity to do this like New York Times thing. I don't know what happened on that though. But anyway, I don't know. All I remember is like one of my students who was like 1800 played that guy when he was like a kid. Seems like it was just yesterday. It was like 20 years ago. They're like, I played this kid named Naroditsky. He was like 1500 or I don't know. No, maybe I'm lying. Maybe it was Sevian. Yeah, I think it was actually Sevian I'm thinking of. Alright, same thing. Sevian when he was really young. I got him confused with Naroditsky. But they're both like child prodigies. We should seriously encourage faster high controls. Yes, definitely. I agree, Magnus. Especially if your name is Magnus Carlsen. Acerbate has got everything lined up. He's like ready to come in for this kingside attack that's almost there. What do you mean we? What do you mean by we? This stream, my team, or chess players in general? Is that you talking or ChatGPT? Hello, chess friends. Hello, chess zebra. How are your stripes hanging? Can we ask you for some veterinary advice, chess zebra? I think Mr. Coffee's gone. I haven't seen him in a while. No, you're not qualified to dispense veterinary advice. I'm just kidding. Oh my god. King in the middle. Riddle me this, Batman. The Aspirate's starting to do weird stuff. Is it safe to give my cat Viagra if you can't get it up? See, that's the question that we should be reserving for Alexa. Queen G4, you found a tricky defense? Oh, man. He saw the threat. Unbelievable. Wow. It was so subtle, wasn't it? My move. Damn. Alright, my rook on e8 isn't really doing anything. Correct? It was kind of lined up here. Oh my god. You could say the same thing for dentists and a lot of things. Astrobate just stole my knight. I'm going to lose to Astrobate for the first time in a very long time here. It looks like. Damn, he's Mr. One Move Threat. Holy crap. Oh, not again. Come on. Oh no. I hung the piece against Astrobate. You guys are distracting me too much. I have lots of excuses. You want some more? I still have a solid structure here. I'm not going to give up. I'm down a full bishop, but his bishop is... Speaking of pawns... Dude, he's played this better and better. He was horrible when he first started playing the Nimzovich opening. Absolutely horrible. Now he's getting the hang of it. He's actually developing all of his pieces. He had this problem where he wasn't developing his kingside pieces. I hung my knight on h5. I hung the pawn on b7. The only thing I have to say is that there's something a little materialistic about his play, no? Everything is based on like just threatening material from him. No really like schematic attacks. And I think that's because it works, you know? He's taking down like 1600 players with like really simple sort of materialistic threats. What's up here? What do you got? Queen h6. What do you got for me? Your queen was hanging, so you moved it. But you might have additional threats, right? Now we got a time issue as well. Knight d7. Knight takes, pawn takes. Well, you can't sacrifice all of your pieces. Well, if it's like a cat and I give it Viagra, can I just give it like the same dose an adult would get, just based on its weight or whatever? Holy mother. So what's that about? Pawn takes, rook takes, pawn takes, queen takes, check, king f8, knight c6, check, king c7. I don't understand. He's just gonna like sacrifice all those pieces for nothing? Do you have a perpetual? Do you have a mate? Do you calculate? Do you ever calculate? Have you tried calculation? Chesley is largely intuition based. Nicely done. See, he wants to find the easy way to do things. Obviously he was winning. And thanks Move 11 for the gift sub. No problem at all. I haven't seen a problem at all in a while. Are you online? He had a material advantage in 3 minutes. Take your time before giving away all your pieces. Now that's solid advice if I've ever heard it. But this might be the most time I've ever seen him use in a game, honestly. Chess Ibra, I don't know if you've seen him play before, but I'm not sure he's ever used 8 minutes in a game. This wasn't Berserked, right? I mean, he's used 8 minutes in situations where he basically, like, just let his clock run out. But I don't think I've ever seen him, like, systematically actually use... To really use 8 minutes of his time is unheard of. He gets nervous when he's winning, and that's not... But again, I don't understand. How does Uber Driver have so many games? How does he have so many games? And how does he never lose? He drew Adisto, beat Asobate, beat Sanchez, beat Asobate, beat, draw. How does he have so many games? How is it that Uber Driver has played twice as many games as anyone else in the arena? Okay, Heroku also did it. Asobate is close. But in Heroku's case, he's like losing almost all of them. You can resign and just start a new game. He's berserking, right? Well, I saw Uber Driver running around 50%. His berserk rate is only... That's striking, right? His berserk rate is only 42%. It's not all of his games. You know, that's what's... Does Asprey listen to the stream while he's playing? Good question. I don't get the impression that he listens. No, I think he does. Dr. Tripchance has played 6 games and he's in second place. Okay, that doesn't seem fair. I don't like the arena system. It's just, there's got to be a better arena system. It just doesn't seem fair. I feel like Jabava. Yeah, he's berserking against only people who are under a certain rating. But it's pretty impressive. Dr. Tripchance just wins every game. This is a draw, though. Ujwal Basin. But Ujwal is undefeated as well. Perfect score. With a draw. No berserk. Notice Black didn't trade queens there in that ending. Maybe my worst game ever against Astrobate. I blundered twice. The b7 pawn isn't a problem, but hanging my knight on h5 is. Well, Black just traded queens on e5. Oh no. This is a little tricky now. Very tricky, actually. Pawn takes with the other pawn. Oh my goodness. White is lost. Is he? Yes. He is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoa, king back? Doing things the hard way. I'm looking at the main board here. I think like Black is winning with e5 check, right? e5, king takes e4, c4, e3, c5, e2, c6. You know, queen, c7. So Dr. Shipchance didn't need to do that, but he's winning anyway. Okay, that was an interesting position. I thought, the other capture's got to be better. After F takes, I don't want a computer analysis. I just want to see the goddamn end of the game. What about that? So he's lost after queen d5. Wow, even F takes won't save it. My god. Guys, fundamental king and pawn games. Come on. You gotta study fundamental king and pawn games, Ujwal. I mean, this is really basic stuff. You can't be like 2100 and not know fundamental king and pawn games. I've only managed to play 7 games. It feels like more. I don't understand how Dr. Shipchance, he has a 25-60 performance. He just beats everyone. Very mysterious player. I mean, I do know, but he's been very difficult for me. Like, I am strength. As Mr. Coffee can tell you, king and pawn games are also good for calculation practice. But I mean, if you're strong enough, like Ujwal here, to win your first 5.5 out of 6 against these guys, but king and pawn games, that's a dead drawn queen ending. There's no way that Dr. Shipchance should be allowed to trade queens into a winning king and pawn game. You'll never lose with the queens on the board there. But if you allow a trade of queens, you've got to be sure. Same thing with rook endings. Never ever trade queens unless you're 100% sure it's a draw. Don't ever go into king and pawn games unless you're certain. So here's Astrobait. Astrobait's getting better at this. Yeah, good. Mr. Coffee, you can ask Dr. Shipchance for a veterinary diagnosis for your cat. Set up a video. Wow, the top 10 is full of what? 2200s. In another meeting. No, I knew you weren't here. No, I was saying you should set up what do you call it? Like a video veterinary visit, and have your cat describe his symptoms to the doctor. Tell the vet. Do they have that? Is that a thing? It helps. It's better with It works better with parrots. The parrots have a better chance to describe their symptoms. Black resigned. What? I guess someone had to go. Wow, Astrobait gets a free point there. I don't understand. What is the secret, Uber driver, that you keep getting so many pairings? Is there some kind of trick? Like he's on mobile, or there has to be some kind of exploit that Uber driver's using to get pairings constantly. Like he plays 3 games in the time that it takes me to play 1. There's some reason why he's getting paired before I do. I don't understand. Because you're the leader, or why does he have so many games with only a 42% berserk rate? Resigned quickly. He only lost his first 2 games. He's resigned a lot, There's a lot of resigning going on there. Yeah, I know that's classic. What's his name? Captain Caveman? King Crusher strategy. But it doesn't apply when you haven't lost a game in the last hour and a half. I want to know how you get so many pairings when there's only 24 players in the tournament. I've been waiting half an hour for my last pairing. And then I get Saeed's again. And it's just like ridiculous, man. I just keep getting like the strongest players. Yeah, I know, Dr. Tripchance. You win every game you play. Mysteriously strong. We noticed you had never played with Saeeds before. I just call him Saeeds because it's easier than saying Saeed_TZ. It's shorthand. But very pro move and almost no time used. He has a massive amount of games. How could you not have played this guy? He has 42,000 games Blitz, 5,600 games Rapid, and you've never played him till today. It's so strange. I think it's a conspiracy. So what am I playing? Oh, it's a Philidor. Yeah, I should start playing just a normal Philidor move order with white. I don't know if it's really good, but I'll have to play Bishop E2. It's fine, whatever. I only have like 30,000 games. And we're not talking about bullet games. We're talking about Blitz and Rapid. That's a shitload of games. Wow, he has Bishop takes F2 check. I don't know if it's good or not. But the other thing is, like, he's so fast. Despite the very small number of bullet games, 2,400. I guess his Rapid Blitz rating is a normal distribution. I actually beat him some games before. Alright. So I'm just playing a funky Philidor. But his play is really quite good, I have to say. Also, the handling of the opening, like, very quick and excellent reactions. Knight on BD7, he didn't even have to think, you know, it's just like, he encounters a completely, like, rare opening. It doesn't faze him at all. He just instantly plays, like, a strong, practical move. And he's always ahead on time. Now he's off. He left the game. Uh-oh, internet connection. Looks like his connection's out. Yeah, there was this guy who, he like asked me to play his like 50,000th game. You are the 50,000th shopper. I thought it was like a really weird request. He was like, I would be honored if you played my 50,000th game. He sent me a message. Right. But I mean, I've played A3, not C3. So in that type of Philidor thing where he sacks on F2, check, knight E3, queen E1, knight takes C2, I put my queen somewhere, he takes on A1. How does it, you know, how does it end up? I mean, is it better that I played C3 or A3? I can claim victory in 18 seconds. This is the only way I'm going to beat him. He seems very solid. I just had, oh, he's back. Just in time. Imagine that. Alright. They always do that. There was this game last year, I was so pissed. I lost to this Hungarian FM. It was really irritating. I waited like 50 minutes for him to show up. And he literally arrived like 52 minutes late to the game. And then just played like it was totally normal. I think only once in my life I had someone like do that. Brian McCarthy, but he was like always doing it. Almost like on purpose. To like freak people out or something. But it was so embarrassing. I was like killing the guy. I missed a forced win and then I lost. It was so ridiculous. I had like two choices, and I'm like, which one should I play? So I played the one that like lost by force instead of the winning move. That was the beginning of the end of my rating. I was still over like 2350. That was like in January or something, maybe even earlier, December. Feels like the beginning of the end of what was left of my rating. It's just very, yeah, and the thing is, like, if you're late to a game, it's common courtesy to like say you're sorry. Obviously, it's not like required by the rules, but it's pretty much everyone I've ever played against who's a strong player, a GM or an IM, if they came to the board and they were late, they almost always apologize. It's considered like, rude to be late. This guy just said nothing. It was weird. You leave your opponent sitting there for like 50 minutes thinking you're not even going to show up. I was ready for the forfeit win. I just wanted to go home at that point. After waiting for 55 minutes, I really didn't want to play anymore. I had lost all my will to play, to be perfectly honest. This is exactly like my game with Botan in the beginning. Such systematic play by white and black. It's exactly the same game I had. I mean, isn't that weird? It's like almost identical. He's even playing better than the player in the first round. He's offering a draw again. What's up with that? The other thing is that I messed up my winning streak with these draw offers. Uber Driver lost a game. What? He has a 0. I don't understand. Why does it say, you won too quickly so the game didn't count? Oh, you drew too quickly so the game didn't count. Oh, that's hilarious. Uber Driver drew too quickly and he messed up his like streak starter. Oh my god, dude. That's so funny. Uber Driver just crushing it, and please don't pair me with Dr. Chipchance, who plays perfect every game. He's apparently he's like 2800. But I did get paired with Astrobate once. Okay. Yeah, I guess there's just not that many people left in the tournament. A lot of people leave. Hiroku's here. Anonymous player may have left. I'm not sure. No, he's still here. There's really only like 10 players playing. Adam St. Julian's. Okay, Astrobate. I've had enough of this B3. Now I'm pissed. Getting winning position last game. You've really done it now. I'm going to play the Dutch. But isn't it more common that any little thing you do can get an advantage, including pissing off your opponent? It's fair game on some level. I don't know. Like, you're kind of making an argument that like etiquette doesn't exist or something. Yeah, I don't subscribe to that, but I feel like there's some things that are not fair game, I mean, it depends if you're asking me or Bobby Fischer, I mean, I don't know. Or why is it that there's like 10 grandmasters who apologize to me for being late, Jesse, bro? They don't have a clue about what's fair game or not? They're just like, they're like clueless grandmasters? Or what? I would assume like if like my experience of playing, 15 title players who've been late to the board against me is to be like sympathetic and apologetic about their lateness. I would assume those players are passing down, the etiquette they learned over the years. This sort of stuff has been passed down. I don't think that my opponent came late to piss me off, but his behavior after coming late was irritating. I think this guy I was talking about before, Brian McCarthy, used to purposely come late to all of his games, sort of throw off his opponents on purpose. But I think that's rare to see people doing stuff like that. Acerbate h4. Because you can. G Souts gifted a tier 1 sub to Tomatios, who played in our simul on Sunday. Thanks, G Souts. Alright, so h4, interesting approach there from Acerbate. You're getting a little creative these days. Is the idea to play knight h3? I kind of like it. It's a Sicilian in reverse. Acerbate's playing the English with the double fianchetto. Right, exactly. Gypsy's right. You should apologize if you're late to any kind of meeting. Obviously. What would they do in tennis, dude? What about fencing? The handshake was so important that they were gonna, kick the Ukrainian girl out of fencing for not shaking hands. I mean, we don't have any rules like that strict. Like, you have to shake hands. It's accepted that you should, but you don't have to. I've seen some cases of people not shaking hands. But I think part of it is the internet chess learners. Internet chess learners have no clue about over the board etiquette. Even ones that are master strength. Not sure if h6 is objectively necessary there. So Acerbate, what are you doing? Are you gonna castle queenside? You wouldn't do that, would you? To me? I haven't moved all my pawns yet. You don't apologize for being late to anything anymore, though I always did. Right now, I just don't care about others. I mean, I gave up saying happy birthday to people on Facebook because I realized this is just boring. I'm tired of saying happy birthday to Facebook friends. It's just monotonous and sort of absurd. But just every day I'm doing Facebook birthday, happy, and it's so fake, But well, it sounds Dr. Chip Chance is suffering from depression. What's Facebook? Good sign. Yeah, that's a good sign. Look, I'm very late. I'm a late bloomer. I didn't even have a Facebook account till probably 6 years ago or something. I tried to avoid it, but it was useful for getting back in contact with old friends of mine from high school and college. Other than that, I don't really use it much. Yeah, Facebook, social media. I mean, dude, I'm walking around the city all the time, and there's these people that are just they're just glued to their phones. It's scary, right? So that's how people are learning their chess etiquette by playing online. I've noticed, for one thing, people definitely don't resign. You even see it with top players. You see top players playing on and they're down a piece and stuff. That was never a thing. For the most part, people would always resign in totally lost positions. I think it's bullet chess. They're playing so much bullet chess, they're just used to people like messing up like piece up positions. Happy Admissions Day? What does that mean? Like you admitted that you sinned or something? Is that like a Catholic holiday? Sorry, I never went to Catholic. I'm not a Catholic. It's a holiday in Hawaii. That's weird. Admissions Day. That's where you admit you're Hawaiian? What are you admitting? I think this is going to be our last game for today. Oh, admitted into statehood. So wouldn't it be Admission Day, not Admissions Day? Technically. Damn, Astrobate is getting better and better, I'm telling you. Knight A4, look at that. Zoning in on the weakness on B6. Wait, you're telling me Hawaii didn't used to be part of Russia? It must have been part of China. We'll give, yeah, China will take back Hawaii. And then Russia can take back Alaska. I was talking about it earlier. Like extreme imperialist Russians want to take back Hawaii, Poland, and Hungary. It'll be interesting to see how Orban plays this off, because I don't think like the truly nationalist Hungarians are going to be super thrilled about like Orban's friendship with Putin when his cronies start talking about like it was a big mistake to leave Hungary and Poland. He's got some issues to settle there. But for me, it hits home. Yeah, it hits home when we talk about Alaska. You know, that's that's serious. Hawaii, though, do we really need Hawaii? I mean, it's great for like vacations and stuff. Oh, another thing about Hawaii, like there was that whole there was that whole thing about, you know, celebrities saying don't visit Hawaii, don't visit Oahu, like we don't need those tourists. But then there's like people who are like food truck vendors and stuff who like they won't have any business if there's no tourists. So it's easy for the celebrities to be like, hey, tourists, go home. But if you have to make your living by selling food to tourists, I mean, Canada deserves Hawaii. Astrobate, you're unbelievable. He's totally morphing into like a hyper-modern player. Check it out. Check it out, Wendy. He's strategic genius, and he's fast too. Damn, dude. The new Astrobate. I think he picked off my A-pawn. This is unbelievable. I'm seeing a whole nother avenue, a whole nother, like, really a whole nother Astrobate here. I've really never seen anything like this. It's like entirely positional. Why don't we just give Alaska to Canada anyway? You guys can have it. I mean, I don't live in the United States anymore, but it does kind of suck to have to pay taxes to like be an American citizen. I feel like that's kind of wrong. You know? Yeah, that's sick, man. It's like Jeff Zuckerberg bought all of Hawaii. Aspate, nothing materialistic about your approach here. Nothing materialistic at all, right? Well, I'm afraid it's time. It's going to be time to sacrifice a pawn soon. Damn, I still don't have f5 protected. What am I going to do? He's really scaring me, man. He's beating me again. I could like try to like time it out. Unbelievable. Why is my rook on e8? Why did I play rook on f to e8? It's a Dutch. That was a stupid thing to do. Why am I moving my f rook to e8 in the Dutch? Why wouldn't I not put my rooks on d8 and e8? Or f8 and e8, I mean. I don't know what to do. a4? Give the pawn back? This is really problematic. And how could I play g5 without like dropping my f-pawn? Dude, it's just brutal. Well, as far as bishop c3 being a clever find, with all due respect, I mean, it's one of only a few ways to attack the a-pawn, but I do find Esterbay's play to be leaning on the materialistic side, as I said earlier. You know, even though I've worked with him quite a bit, I didn't really feel this level of materialism we're really seeing from his play. Like extreme materialism. He just is like a pawn hunter. I mean, it's kind of crazy. He'll almost do like anything to win a pawn. That's the feeling I'm getting here. He's just Mr. Pawn Hunter. A pawn, you know, E pawn, F pawn. What won't he do to like win a pawn? Yeah, he's an imperialist. But see, that's the thing. He's, oh man, he's defending the bishop e1 now. Wow. I'm gonna make you feel this like light square bishop, dude. That's all I've got. You know, I've got to make it count. Lineup. There's a lineup. He sees the check. Holy crap. You are a scary hombre, Asterbay. An absolute genius, I have to say. Yeah, I can't let that happen. He is an absolute genius. He's just totally outplaying me like a god. Time is running out though. 2 minutes, the tournament's over. Asterbay's going to keep me out of the prizes here. But very positional play and very like Nimzovician, where he's all about the knights, giving up his bishop. Respect to the pawn's structure. That move seems counterintuitive. He's trying to play bishop c3, I guess. See, then he gets excited and just like blunders. He literally played like a great game. But then got excited and hung a piece for two pawns. I mean, a rook for two pieces. It's not good. mean, I guess you want to get your knight back in the game, huh? 48 seconds. He's still alive. 2 bishops for a rook. Oh, that was a whole knight. My bad. I'm clinging to 3rd place with an Astrobate meltdown. Don't Cry Wolf coming into 4th. Phew, he didn't make it by much. Yeah, I started to forget about the time there again. Astrobate, those are the 2 closest games you come to beating me. Testosterone is here as well. Wow, Astrobate. Number 1, your B3 games are improving. And then number 2, I think that's the first 2 times you had winning positions against me in quite a while. Well, the first game was definitely winning. I don't know about this. You were clearly better, close to winning. But positional play, but a little materialistic. Still, I think it's great progress. All right, Uber Driver convincingly winning the tournament with a 2269 performance rating. Dr. Chance, 7-0, perfect score, 2560. Just enough to get 2nd place. He decided to take it easy and not try to take 1st and then leave the 1st place to Uber Driver. I narrowly took 3rd place with a little help from Astrobate. Actually, it didn't matter. Okay, I still would have made it with 18 points. But I was pretty foggy-headed. I lost the first game against Mr. Sloan, forgetting about the time control, but honestly, I was shaky. I was shaky in all my games. I don't think any of my games was really, maybe the game with Heroku was pretty clean, but he just played like it was bullet chess, My play in this tournament was really not great. Are we another request to join the team? From Kenny? Alright, accept. It's a little late for this tournament, though. Thank you guys for playing. Thanks for the gift subs. G Souths and Move 11. We will be back Wednesday and try to play some form of chess tomorrow morning. Bye for now. Congratulations to Uber Driver. We haven't seen you much, so it's good to see you back. Tell me how you do that. How do you get so many games with only a 38% berserk rate? He played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess it's just a cheap style. That must be what it is, It's that I'm playing longer games with this endgame grindy style. And Uber Driver just plays like a hacker. Play the King's Gambit or something every game. Finvar, Cheer 1K badge. Thank you guys. We'll see you all tomorrow morning. Thanks for tuning in, Mr. Coffee. I hope your cat feels better. Keep me posted. How do you score 5 points in a game? You got to have a streak starter. Streak starter, berserk win. See y'all later. Bye. Congratulations, Uber Driver. Good job. Later, guys.